Hey guys, I wanted to bring you a little cheat code towards ToaH Hard for those that have either the Water Towers or the Dark Towers. I'm just going to show I'm using level 1 unawakened Water Towers. Of course, if you have it, you want to awaken, you want to at least make it 5-star, ideally. But just to show how well this unit works, I'm going to use them level 1 4-star just to show that you can clear almost any stage in ToaH Hard, any non-boss stage in ToaH Hard that doesn't have something unstunnable or Leo or counterattacks. So the units that really won't work against the Dual Time stages, Dark Inferno stages, Acroma, Salamanders, Leo. Those are pretty much the only non-boss stages this combo doesn't work on. These runes are far from ideal. The only thing you really need is some speed. You want to match up with your Spectra just to go right after Spectra, and accuracy. That's the only stats you need. Again, you see no skill ups here. Level 4 unawakened. Ideally, you want to at least make it 5-star unawakened. He gets accuracy on awakening, so it would definitely help if you had that. But just to prove a point, just to show you how overpowered this combo is, I'm going to show it with really a crap set of runes on him. The other units have decent runes, good enough, but the whole idea of it is just that you want to not let them take a turn. Spectra is here to add the slow and to do decent amount of damage as well. So this Harpy is the one that resisted the stun, which is very unusual, but you have Beretta there for backups for that. The main source of damage here is, again, Spectra and Beretta. That's really the whole source of damage. Mav stuns with his first skill, and you just got to use CC here and just keep things permanently stunned. It's really as simple as that. When you are building your Gildong, you ideally want to have him built with speed HP or speed HP accuracy. The reason we want HP on him is, even though ideally when you're running this, no one's going to get hit, there's a good chance that if you do this for 80 different stages, you're going to screw up every now and then. You're going to misclick. You're just going to not use the right skill every now and then. And you just don't want that to end your run a little bit wrong. So you just want to use, you just want to have them tanky in case you take a hit. It also would help if you want to use them on the boss stages to keep everything else stunned. It's a possibility as well, but for that, I think you need him to be 6-star because you don't want the boss to actually take a turn and kill him. His other skills are really useful too, if the units were getting turns. His first skill puts attack break and glancing, and his third skill puts defense break. But again, those are nice utility things, but mainly if they're not getting a turn, you don't care if they're attack broken and glancing. And defense break is helpful, but we bring Bella for that as well. If you want to speed this up more, you replace Bella with another daughter, something like Thrain, Hemos. Those are the Grim Reapers, the Dark one, or the Water one. They both work well. They both add a lot of dots, and it's really probably a better way to go about this. It'll speed things up tremendously. But if you don't have those, then these units right here is perfectly fine. Really important thing is Spectra, just to put the slow on everyone. We need the slow before the dots before the stun lands from Gildong. And you want Mab just so that you have the reset happening much more often. That's really this. Again, this is really all it takes to beat every single stage in ToaH Hard. Almost every single stage in ToaH Hard. Again, we bring Bella here just for the defense break and the heal. That's not really necessary, but you want to, just have that backup plan in case things go wrong. Okay, of course, at level 1, if something goes wrong, he's dead. But, if you have it at least, level 35 awakened, you can really just clear it much, much simpler than this. But as you can see, these units are never getting a turn. They always stun. even if for some magical reason how Gildong's doesn't land the stun on there, you have Beretta on Despair, you have Mav who stuns on skill 1, and you also have Beretta to knock attack bar backs of anyone who's out there. We really ideally want about 180 speed on all your units, or mainly Gildong, Spectra, the ones that you want that speed on. Everyone else is the speed is nice, not necessary, but you definitely do want Gildong cycling through his turns as much as possible. Ideal rune set is Violent. After that, subset Focus is fine. Energy, Guard, Broken is fine, really. You don't really need much else besides that Violent set. If you don't have Violent runes, I think Swift is okay, but if you're going in the case of Swift, you want to be much faster just so you can lap the other units. And really, this, as you can see, this stage was all win units, and Water's obviously weak against win, and still Gildong's landing the stun like a champ every single time. Again, this is very relatively safe. There's nothing that really goes wrong as long as you tend to play your cards right. You just don't misclick. You don't do anything wrong. It's really simple. It's again, the main source of damage is Beretta's dots, and just spam all your skills all the time. Spam Spectra's third skill as much as possible. Spam his second skill whenever it's up, and do not be afraid to use your skills because, again, you're just gonna keep them stunned all the time. Use Bella's heal as an attack bar boost just to get more turns. Happy Coincidence that actually heals, but you don't need to spam it. Again, Beretta right now has no skill ups for me. Gildong has no skill ups. Mab is max skilled. Bella's max skilled. And Spectra is max skilled. But again, this is really simple. It's pretty much a cheat code for almost any stage out there. Any non-boss stage. Make that clear. You can't stun the boss, so basically boss stages are, level 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Outside of that, there's not much more to say to this. I'm going to just end this here, and I just want to show you how, if you want to speed this comp up a little bit more, we can show you this with Thrain. It's the same exact concept. It just adds it a lot quicker because it adds a crap load of dots. But really, if you have, and if you don't have if you have the dark one, the Dark Taoist, it works just as well. It may arguably work a little bit better just because he won't glance against a win unit, but it doesn't work as well because he doesn't awaken into accuracy, and he has less base stats. Again, those are really minor differences, but either one will work. I just preferred the water one because I pulled the water one before I pulled the dark one. But again, this is really working with level 1 Gildong. I want to stress that. Level 1. 4-star, level 1, and that's all he doesn't need much skill ups. He doesn't need, again, I'm not going to say skill ups don't help. Of course it does make things more reliable if you have skill 2 maxed out. But just because that one turn cooldown will help a lot. But again, it's not, as you can see, it's not necessary. This is stage 85. I can show harder stages if you want, but again, it's really just the same exact thing. It's just repetitiveness and just getting the dots out there on all these stages, on all these monsters, and just keeping them stunned. What you need to understand with Gildong's skill set is his second skill will apply slow first. If the unit already has a slow, then it will stun. And it hits twice. So it has 2 chances to stun at a pretty high rate. And if you just keep them stunned and just let Beretta and Thrain's dots do all the damage, you pretty much don't die. And let me know if this video helped you. If you want to see more, if you want to see other cheat codes for TOA hard, I'm gonna do a couple other videos on how I do the boss stages of TOA. But this is pretty much how I handle any stage that I can't auto. So, at the beginning, I tend to auto the first 60 or 70 stages of TOA hard. But when I have to start manualing stuff, this is the go-to team, just because it's insanely safe, very low rune requirements. I think you guys get the idea of how this works. So I'm just going to exit out of here and show you the rune my runes on these units. Again, they're not very high-end runes. Beretta's here, 175 speed, 48% accuracy, a lot of HP. Despair Focus, that's really what it is. Not even, it's a 5-star, not even max, so it's not great runes. Who else do we have? We had Spectra. Spectra has, I want to say, pretty good runes on it. It's okay. He's on speed, HP, defense, 192 speed, 62% accuracy. Again, violent focus. You can put Spectra on a crit damage build if you want. It'll probably speed things up a little bit more. It's just little reliability on other stages where you may need to tank a hit or two. So that's up to you if you want to do that. You want Spectra to have high crit rate because you want him to crit with the second skill. 79 is probably on the low end. You probably want to aim more towards 90, but you may do with what you have. What else we have? We have Mav. Mav is extremely key to these stages. For Mav, you want his speed to be slower than all the other units on your team. And then the rest being tanky. Accuracy, again, 45% accuracy is what you're aiming for. 46 a little bit more. Speed, he's also violent broken. Speed HP, or speed HP. That works fine. And the last unit was, of course, the level 1 Gildong. Again, ideally you want to put more HP on him, but it's really speed and accuracy. That's all that matters. You want the speed to be, you want to make sure Spectra goes before him, and that's pretty much the only requirement you want. Again, tankiness is helpful afterwards. Accuracy at least 45%, and this is the main skill you're using. If it's it's 30% to stun, and it goes up to 50. Hits twice. The stun rate on this is unbelievably good. It just works so often. Doesn't seem to even though it can glance, it can miss, but it just works so well. You will hardly ever fail. And the last unit was first was Bella, and then we'll show Thrain. Bella, violent revenge, speed HP. Again, accuracy 45%, enough speed and just tankiness. Thrain, violent. I don't know what he's on. Violent focus. Some speed, accuracy. All that matters. Again, HP afterwards, just because you want to be able to. If things go wrong, you don't want to die just because he takes one hit. Those are the only rune requirements out there. Again, these are not high-end runes. They're good runes. They're not. They're 5- and 6-star runes. They are maxed out, but they're not crazy good. Same thing with Bella here. Speed, HP. Again, it's just getting the stats that you need, and just pretty much simple cheat for TOA hard. It will really clear about 90% of the non-boss stages in TOA hard. That's a pretty good amount for just having pretty basic units, and they're almost all farm. Gildong's not farmable, and Thrain's not. If you don't have Thrain, you can use the water one, and it works just as well. Not just as well, almost as well. It does a little bit less dots and doesn't have the stun on skill 3. But the stun on skill 3 from Thrain is just a backup plan. All right, guys. Let me know if this helped you out. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.